Hi Scorpio, welcome to June. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. And this month we have Mercury going direct on June 3rd. Saturn will go retrograde on the 4th. Then Mercury will move into Gemini from Taurus. It's going to be moving forward into Gemini on the 14th. And then we have a full moon in Sagittarius on the same day, the 14th of June. And then at the end of the month, we have the new moon in Cancer on the 28th, and Neptune goes retrograde. So let's see what the cards say for Scorpio. What does Scorpio need to know about love and relationships for the month of June 2022? What does Scorpio need to know about love and relationships for the month of June 2022? What does Scorpio need to know? Okay, the Eight of Cups, the Two of Cups, the Three of Wands, the Five of Cups in the past, the Ten of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, the Three of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, and the Page of Swords. And the card at the bottom of the deck is the Temperance card. Okay, so you're starting the month out with the Eight of Cups energy. This is about you're feeling like you need to walk away from something that's no longer fulfilling. That was once good, but it's no longer fulfilling. This could be a relationship. It's like you're looking for something that has more of a spiritual connection or more emotional fulfillment. So for those of you who are in a relationship and it's been kind of shaky, you may be thinking about, maybe I should leave. Maybe I should find something else. Now you have the Two of Cups crossing this. So it's possible that there's a really strong connection still. The Two of Cups is it's a soulmate connection. It's two people who really see eye to eye, understand each other, are highly compatible. So for some of you, you might be, if you're leaving one relationship, you might be connecting with a new relationship that's more compatible, that's a better fit. You have the Three of Wands in the past. So I feel that whatever seeds you have planted, you're going to start to see the results of them. So if you've been making some changes, I'm seeing all these knights and pages. I'm feeling like there are two people, and you might be leaving one person and moving towards someone else who's a better fit, who's going to be able to give you more of the life that you want or the relationship that you want. The Three of Wands, whatever you've been working on is starting to come to fruition. So the Three of Wands is about creation, birth. You actually have two threes in this reading. So it can mean abundance, that it's coming, but I still feel that there's something that you're walking away from, that you're in this transition period. Because you have these two fives. You have the threes and then the fives. The threes are about coming together. And it's like you're starting to see the results of whatever you've been working on, whatever you've put in your energy to, you're going to start to see the results of that. And it probably could be a new project or a new person. With the Five of Cups energy, though, although I'm not seeing, it's really kind of up to you. I'm not seeing a definite, like, this relationship is ending. it's kind of like up in the air because you have these fives, which mean instability and transition. But I still feel like there's potential even in the old relationship. So the Five of Cups is about someone who has a sense of loss or regret, someone who's focusing on the past, focusing on, so something may have happened in a relationship where the person is feeling, either you or the other person is feeling sorry for the way things happened, sorry for the choices they've made. But at the same time, I'm seeing this Ten of Pentacles coming up in the future. So the Ten of Pentacles is actually the wealth card, the family security card. So this is what you're looking for. So for some of you, you might be leaving one person who hasn't been able to give you this Ten of Pentacles and moving towards someone who can, or who will, something that's a better fit. But, with the Five of Cups energy, if you wanted to salvage this situation, you can. You just need to talk things over and see things and reach some kind of compromise, because you have this Temperance card here. So the Temperance is about finding balance, like two people that are really compatible, but they're also very different. And sometimes you have to compromise to make this relationship work, or see things from the other person's perspective. So both people have to make sacrifices. Both people have to be willing. Like, you can't have it all your way, one way or another. Either that could be you or your partner. So if you're with someone that's always wanting things to go their way, that's an imbalance in the relationship. It's creating the chaos. So you have to find some kind of balance where each person is getting their needs met. And it's not all about just the one person. And that's going to require, a blending of your energies and a willingness to meet in the middle, a willingness to compromise. So if you're willing to do that, I feel like you could save a relationship that's on shaky ground. Because I'm seeing that there's some shaky ground energy in this reading. At the same time, though, I'm seeing a strong connection, the Two of Cups. And the potential in the future is the Ten of Pentacles. Another problem that I'm seeing now with this Three of Wands and the Temperance, it's possible that you've been focused so much on work that you've been neglecting a partnership, and that's causing the instability. So you have to think, okay, maybe I need some more work-life balance. Maybe I need to back off on some of my projects, make more time for the other person, make more time to spend together. Coming up in the future, you have the Knight of Wands. This is an energy of someone who's looking for adventure. And you also have this Knight of Swords energy. So you could be connecting with someone. The Knight of Wands energy sometimes comes up when you change where you live. Like someone, you might be thinking about moving, or the other person is changing their residence in some way. It sometimes can mean a change of job. It's like you're ready for something new. I feel like you're ready for a new adventure. And it's somehow tied up with your relationships. The Knight of Wands as a person can be someone who's not very reliable. They're a lot of fun when they're around, but you can't always believe what they say, or they make promises and they don't keep them. They don't follow through on their promises. So you have to take them with a grain of salt. So you could be around someone that's really a lot of fun and you think, gee, this would be great if we could take this relationship, make it more permanent, make more of a commitment. Because Scorpio is not looking for to date. Scorpio doesn't want to play the field. Scorpio wants to find their soulmate and settle down with one person. So if you're kind of dealing with someone who's a little flighty or even flirty, or someone who just can't be pinned down, that's going to be frustrating for a Scorpio. So you have to decide. And plus with this Three of Cups, that there could be a third party. So it could be that somebody's dating you and somebody else, or you're dating two people and you're trying to figure out, where do I put my energy? You might be interested in two people, but it's not going to be for long because Scorpio is a one-on-one person. So even if you have two people that are interested in you and you're trying to figure out which one is right for you, Or it could be the partner is just in the dating mode and not really in the commitment mode yet, and that's causing problems. Or there could be some outside influence, some third-party influence that's creating trouble in a relationship. In your environment, you have the Five of Pentacles. So if you've had an argument, I feel like this person feels cut off from you. Whoever you're dealing with feels like they're shut out. They're on the outside looking in. They might be going through a depression, or they might be struggling with loneliness. And they might come to you for help. Maybe even they might even be having financial difficulties. They may or may not tell you. But basically the Five of Pentacles is like feeling like an outsider, feeling like I'm not good enough, I don't have anything to offer. So it could be that someone that you're interested in doesn't have a lot of self-confidence, and they feel like they're not worthy of a relationship with you. Like you've got it together and they don't. And like, what could I possibly offer this person? Basically, I'm feeling a sense of loneliness and feeling cut off, feeling alone, feeling like, no one is there to care about them. So they may play the victim card, oh, I need help, I need this, I need, but be prepared for that. Because fives are, it's like things are up in the air. In your wish fulfillment, you have this Knight of Swords energy. So you're kind of ready to take action and take charge. This as a person, because the Knight of Swords energy is like, I want something to happen. I'm tired of waiting. I have to take action. Even if what I do is reckless. So it's warning you about reckless energy. But it could also be that you're involved with someone who is a little bit reckless, who does things without thinking. They can be a little bit insensitive. Maybe they don't realize what they're doing and how it's affecting others. So you could be feeling hurt by someone, but they're not intentionally hurting you. It's just that that's their style of operating or communicating. They have a harsh style of communication, possibly, because you have the Page of Swords here. So I feel like you may need to have a conversation with this person. You might have to have a difficult conversation to straighten things out. Because I'm not seeing necessarily that, I'm seeing that there's love here, that there's compatibility, but there are some issues that need to be resolved. And the thing is, don't jump to conclusions. Don't do things that are, like if it's your energy, you may be so frustrated that you're ready to, just do something just to have something happen because you're tired of waiting. So it's telling you don't be reckless. Think about what you're doing before you do it. The Page of Swords can also be a challenging lover. It could be someone who's like spying or gossip. So it's possible that there's some kind of gossip, or I feel like there could be a third party causing trouble. But I'm not seeing the energy of cheating so much. It's more of like a misunderstanding that needs to be resolved, where the other person's like not aware of what they're doing. They don't understand how their actions are hurting the relationship. And so that's where the Page of Swords comes in to clear things up, to have that difficult conversation. So before you do anything reckless, I guess that's my advice. Before you do anything reckless, like end the relationship or throw everything, like say, I'm done, I feel like there's something that can be salvaged so that you can have this Ten of Pentacles. Because I'm seeing this person, the potential for the Ten of Pentacles is a happy home, where you're financially secure, you have someone that wants to take care of you, wants to be there for you, but you have some issues that need to be resolved. So before you do anything rash or, before you like throw the relationship out or destroy the relationship, I feel like you should have a serious conversation with the person and then make your decision from there. Because I think that there are elements in this connection that are worth saving. Because I'm not seeing, sometimes I see cards that are like, yeah, just don't waste any more time with this person. Just walk away, cut your losses, move on. I'm not really seeing that. I'm seeing someone who could be a little selfish, who could be a little reckless, who maybe even a little harsh in their communication style, or insensitive. That's the biggest word I'm feeling. Insensitive, maybe they don't have a lot of follow through. But I'm also seeing a strong love connection and someone who's hurting. If you're separated from someone right now, I think they're really hurting. And they're really feeling, sad and lonely. They're feeling a sense of loss and regret. So whatever happened in the past causes this separation, they wish they could redo it or undo it. And, you have the Three of Cups in your negative thinking sector. The Three of Cups is usually a card of support. You have the support of your friends. It's about parties, celebration, get-togethers. But in the negative, it could mean that there's like interference, a third-party situation where someone is interfering with your relationship, where you could be happy if it wasn't for this person interfering, kind of thing. But let's see what the astrology says. So we have this full moon in Sagittarius, and that's falling in your second house. And the second house, and then the sun is in the 8th house. So this is the financial houses. Second house is the house of money. It's what you value, your self-worth, your security. So something is being revealed at this full moon. The truth is being revealed about what you value, what you need to receive. Not only just money, but also love and respect. How do I value myself? What am I willing to put up with? Am I getting what I deserve? And especially because it's a tricky full moon, because there's a square to Neptune, and the Neptune square is falling in your 5th house of romance, children, fun, creative projects. So there's some confusion around, like you're not sure you don't know what to think, and you don't know what to believe. So if someone comes to you, especially in a romance, you don't know if you could trust this person with Neptune in the 5th house. But truth will come out at this full moon because it's Sagittarius. It's about telling the truth. It's about, what do I believe? What do I have faith in? Seeing the truth, speaking the truth, because Sagittarius is all about telling the truth, speaking the truth, getting to the bottom of something. But like I said, there's like a lot of fog in the air at this full moon. Usually full moons shine a light on things. But in this case, you just want to there could be a lot of confusion. That's why communication is so important at this time. To cut through the confusion. If you don't know what's going on, you have to ask. You have to talk, speak up, because you could be misinterpreting things. Especially with Mercury has been retrograde, and there's a lot of, misunderstandings, misinterpretations, miscommunications, all these things. People getting the wrong idea, and then they're acting on the wrong idea. So the best way to resolve this is to communicate. Saturn is in trine aspect to the sun, and it's in sextile aspect to the moon, and that's in your 4th house. So you are looking for commitment. I mean, Saturn wants you to commit to something. Saturn wants you to put down roots somewhere. Saturn wants you to see the reality of your family situation. So there could be some issues around family, home and family at this full moon, maybe even financial. If you're dealing with someone who's living in your home, there could be some kind of financial issue that has to be worked out. Or if you're wanting to purchase a home, there could be something, But Saturn is positive, so it's not going to cause as many. It's not, if it was a square or an opposition, it would be more of a blockage. So Saturn is helping you to create more stability in the home. But you have to make a commitment to do that. You have to be willing to do the work. So especially if you want more money, or you want to, you have to step up to the plate. You have to do the work. You have to speak up. At the same time, you have Venus and Uranus in your 7th house. Uranus in the 7th can bring instability in a relationship. But Venus there with Uranus, she's going to be conjunct Uranus, before this full moon, but you'll still be in orb at the full moon, and also the North Node. So this is a very fateful time for you in relationships with the North Node in Taurus, and with Uranus moving so close to it, and Venus being there. There could be a lot of surprise developments in your relationship sector. And the 7th house is not just, marriage, committed partnerships. It's also business partnerships. So there could be some surprises at work too, where you get, anything could happen with Uranus. With Venus there, you could find love through a commitment, through, unexpected love connection that leads to commitment. But Uranus is there, so it could be, the person's really exciting. You could attract a free spirit, but they may not want to settle down. Especially this Knight of Wands energy. That's someone who doesn't really they want love and they want commitment, but they don't want to be tied down. Venus with Uranus in a contractual thing, you could fall in love with someone that you're working with on a project. Anything could happen with Uranus. The thing that you last thought of, the thing that you're not thinking of, you can't figure out what Uranus is going to do. It's always the unexpected. But so if you form a relationship at this full moon, or if you have something exciting, something surprising could happen, and it will be pointing you in your destiny. You have the North Node in Taurus. So there could be some surprise developments that happen around this full moon where you wind up making a commitment, or you wind up seeing, what you need to do. You might take sudden action in relationships. Mercury is moving into Gemini, and Mercury's in the 8th house. So the 8th house rules, is taxes, sex, death, transformation, inheritance. If you're looking for a bank loan, you might be signing contracts around money. But it's been squaring Pluto. Just before it moved into Gemini, it was an exact square to Pluto in your 3rd house. So the communication, there could be you have to watch for manipulation and power struggles in communication, especially with relatives, brother, sister, aunt, uncle. And watch your communication style, because when Mercury is making a tense aspect to Pluto, you may come on too strong, or you may, you can cut someone down with words and really hurt them deeply. So choose your words carefully. That's another meaning of the Page of Swords is it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So, and you have this energy of the Knight of Swords here, which is you're looking for a fight. You're ready to speak your truth. And you don't care. It's like, I've had enough of this, and I'm going to tell it like it is. Just, you can do that. Be honest, but consider the other person's feelings and consider your delivery. Mars is in the 6th house, and it's conjunct Chiron. So Mars in the 6th house, you're doing a lot of work. You're working really hard with Mars. You're committed to your job, your day-to-day responsibilities. And in Aries, you're really being ambitious right now. You're feeling strong. You're feeling courageous. The 6th house is also the house of health. So you just don't want to overwork. You may have wounds with Chiron in the 6th house that need to be healed. Maybe you feel like you have to prove yourself in some way, so you're working extra hard because you want recognition. But you watch that you're not overdoing it, so that you don't give yourself enough time to recharge. Because sometimes Mars in the health, in the worst case scenario, it could mean like minor surgery, but I'm not saying that's for everyone. Usually when Mars is in the 6th, you just have a lot on your plate and you're working really hard. But Chiron in the 6th, and Mars is conjunct Chiron. So maybe it's a time for healing issues around self-worth, because the 2nd house is involved. Why am I trying to overachieve because I feel inadequate in some way on the inside, and I want to improve my value, so I'm willing to go above the, and beyond, but you might be doing too much. So temper, balance, don't overdo anything. Now Saturn is in your 4th house. It's going to go retrograde on the 4th. So you may be rethinking issues around home and family, Where do I want to, if I did buy a new house, where would I want to live? Or if I do have issues around family to resolve and work out, maybe I need to rethink my approach to what do I call a home? What is a home? What do I need? What kind of home would be good for me? Then we have the new moon in Cancer. And this new moon is in your ninth house. So, and it's squaring Jupiter in the sixth. So again, you might be doing some traveling with the new moon in the ninth. Maybe you're taking a course or class. You might be, because the ninth house is higher education, teaching, learning, traveling, long distance travel. You might travel to go see family at the end of the month. Maybe because you need to be nurtured. You may feel like I need to be around people that love me, that nurture me. So you may go travel to see someone that's at a distance. The only problem is, you have Jupiter in the sixth. You may have a lot going on at work. So don't take on too much. I feel like you need a break. Maybe it's time to take a few days off at the end of the month around this new moon. To do some self-care, because Cancer is about healing and nurturing. And so if you've been through a difficult time in a relationship, and especially at work, you may need some time out to heal. Venus is going to be sextile Jupiter in the 8th house. So there could be some money coming in not from maybe an inheritance or some, financial payoff. You could even maybe a tax refund, because the 8th house is taxes. Whatever money that comes in, you might use it to help to fix up your house. Mercury's in the 8th at this point. Mercury moves into Gemini. And Mercury's now in the 8th house. So you're really going to be starting to look at, you have your 6th house is activated with this new moon, and your 8th house. So there could be a new project at work that you're really, going to get involved in that's going to be really good for you. Like you're going to feel like, oh, I really want to get involved in this project. And with the 8th house, it could mean more money and more, you might be signing a contract around this new moon that's related to this new beginning. What else did I want to say? Oh, the 8th house also has to do with dealing with the shadow within ourselves. So with Mercury there, you might be ready to talk about some things that you've been avoiding, having those difficult conversations. So it would be a good time also for like some type of counseling where you're talking to someone. You need to get something off your chest. It's like, I need to talk about it. I've been holding this in, and it's not just about talking to the other person and blaming the other person, but look at your side. You have to look at your shadow, and because it takes two to tango. So where am I contributing dysfunction to this relationship? Is there anything I'm doing that's causing dysfunction? And that would help also to get things up, to get things out, to talk about things. Because Mercury, it's about communication. It's about talking about things that are difficult. Maybe sex is a problem. Maybe you're afraid of intimacy. There's fears about intimacy. Fears about, am I going to lose myself in this relationship? I'm afraid to get too connected to this person. So all these things, you might have to work them out, and it's a good time to work them out because you have the new moon in Cancer. So the new moon, it's like a new opportunity. And Chiron is really active this month. So Chiron is like the wounded healer. So this could be a healing time. And Cancer is known as the sign of the healer. So we all need to nurture ourselves around this new moon. And, speak your truth. Have conversations that can lead to healing, especially in a relationship. So especially after we just came out of the Mercury retrograde, and the full moon with Neptune involved, there's all this confusion and miscommunication and not sure what's going on. Maybe it's time to say, hey, let's talk. Let's just be vulnerable. Let's have this healing conversation and try and fix things and put things right. So that's my forecast, Scorpio. If you like this reading, click on the like button, click on the subscribe button, leave a comment if this resonated with you. If you'd like a private reading, click on the link in the description box. It'll take you to my website, and we can get you on the schedule. In the meantime, thank you for supporting this channel. I wouldn't be here without you guys. So I really appreciate all the comments and all the likes and all the subscribes. And I hope you have a wonderful June, and I will talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.